Let's get some fucking stories in here. I've been bored and scrolling for a while, so I'll repost a story I've told before. Also heard this story from a buddy of mine, isn't mine, but I'll be telling it like I'm him, so sorry if it sounds weird or anything. Believe me or don't, I don't care. Part 1. Be me at 13. Middle of summer break. Going camping with some buddies and one of their dads. That was a fun summer. Tents, campfire, all in a clearing with some logs and such. Clear out large logs and some mushrooms. Friend's friend that I never met stuffs some mushrooms in a bag. Hey man? What are you doing? Dude stares at me for a second and just continues to collect mushrooms. Alright, fuck you too, mushroom man. Setting up tents. I get mine up first. Hell yeah, I'm the king, fuck you chumps. Buddy comes up to me. Hey, you see, insert name. He keeps ripping up mushrooms and shit. Let's call mushroom dude Randy and my buddy Dan. Yeah man, he just stared at me when I asked him what he was doing. Dan nods and continues, yeah, I stepped on a mushroom and he cursed me out, pushed me off it and took it. Both agree mushroom kid is either weird and insane or just really likes mushrooms. Night rolls around and I'm laying in my tent. Coyotes in the distance. Shut the hell up you rats. Eventually fall asleep. Have a freaky dream about the camp being ripped up and some lady is dancing in the middle of it. Wake up. Brush it off as just another dream. Get up and open my tent, grab Pepsi from cooler and sit by the fire. Still going cause Dan's dad was still up. Call him DD for Don's dad, dumb I know. What are you doing DD? Oh hey Anon, just keeping the fire going, coyotes are close and don't want them in camp. Makes sense. Finish Pepsi and put it in trash bag. Go back to sleep in my tent. Wake up next morning. Dan making a s'more for a small snack. You do buddy. Go for a small walk in the woods. Be me. I love you. Fighting. Oops, you're gonna forget. That's okay. You made mistakes. That's okay. You forget. Okay. Okay. Pain. That's not okay. JPG. Make blog and post proof. Pain. Justification for pain. Excuses. Pain. Pain. Forget. Remember. Forget. Remember. Pain. 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 Forget. Remember. Forget. Remember. Justification for pain. Remember. Sad. Forget. Justification for pain. Excuses. Pain. 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 Be me last night. Reply to something unimportant in this thread. Notice the first post says whoever posts is cursed to be plagued with many succubus encounters. That made me uncomfortable. It'd just be a nuisance for everyone involved. Figure it's probably just a joke to scare off trolls, so it should be fine. Better safe than sorry, so I meditated toward just in case. Super sleepy, lost track of time, continued meditating for somewhere between 10 to 40 minutes. Started to dream, but lucid since I entered that state from meditation. Suddenly have idea. My incorporated gave me permission to summon him at any time, so I should just call him and stick by his side so I don't have any nightmares involving succubi. Summon him, he appears in the dream. But rather than appearing physically, he appears in spirit form, semi-transparent overlay, just like when I'm awake. Try visualization exercise to make him appear fully. Wake up instead. He's right on top of me in spirit form, starts flirting with me. Sleepily consent. Lose track of time again, come like 7 times, then start dreaming again. I'm a forest leaning against a tree while he's doing me from behind. Some priests pass by. Incorporated casts invisibility spell so priests don't spot us. Feel nervous, but passers-by don't notice so I think it's okay. Reach climax again. Suddenly one of the priests stops and asks, "Is anyone nearby?" I sense a profane energy. Feel a bit embarrassed, trying to keep my voice down. The priests bicker for a minute about heretics desecrating the divine forest with sexual acts. Then they move on and leave. Afterwards, I finish 2 more times and then my incorporated does too. Normal dream from there on, but Incorporated stays close by. Go to a zoo with Incorporated and enjoy looking at the penguins. Set up a stall after we leave the zoo and start a lemonade selling business. Incorporated goes on errands to get me ingredients as needed. Didn't end up having a nightmare nor encountered any succubi. Curse successfully warded off. Me. Around 9 yo kid. Coming back home from school. Playing with my friend and chasing him. He crosses the road. Decide to follow him. Start running through the road. All of a sudden I freeze in the A running position. The entire world freezes. I see something like pic related. It looked like an old TV shutting down. Darkness slowly came from both top and bottom and met each other in the center into a line of light. Then the line shrunk slowly into a dot in the center. That was so slow. Go into a dream that felt like hours or maybe even days. I wake up and my vision is back. I find myself running. I continue running and trying to chase my friend. I get called by someone behind me. Look back. Apparently there is a crowd of people behind me. A guy with a car was calling me. I was told I was hit by a car and was unconscious on the ground for around 5 seconds. My mom and dad arrive scared. I don't remember seeing a car. I don't remember falling on the ground. I don't remember standing up after waking up. I just had to believe them. I was fine, completely unharmed, besides a small scratch on my knee. Didn't feel any pain whatsoever. I still have no explanation for the weird visuals I saw before losing consciousness, or the time dilation I experienced, or not remembering waking up and standing up. I can dig it. T6 brought me back here in search of /x/stories, green texts. I got one for you guys. This is also true and as well, believe me or not, I don't care. Be me. Walking around hometown with 2 friends on Halloween. It's getting dark out and most trick-or-treaters have gone home. Porch lights are shutting off because people have ran out of candy. We are too old to trick-or-treat anyways. We eventually end up in the cemetery, taking a stroll and smoking cigarettes. My one friend, who I'll call Tom, is a little strange but he's chill. He sleeps in the back of the cemetery because he has a rough home life. He has 14 brothers and sisters and super religious parents that he doesn't get along with. We ask him to show us where he's been sleeping. He says sure, and we start following him to the back of cemetery. As we're walking he starts telling us how this Halloween is a very evil one because of the moon and the specific date it lands on. He says the evil spirits are active. We just go along with it and don't pay much attention to what he's saying because he's always a little weird. Get to the end of cemetery and enter the thick of the woods. It's dark but we can see in front of us from the glow of the full moon. Walking up a hill known as Cannonball Hill. The top of the hill is a clearing with a fire pit and a teepee-like structure Tom built out of sticks. Me and friend are the least bit surprised because we know he's slept in worse places. He ducks down and gets inside of the teepee. It has a small opening about a foot tall at the bottom where he crawled into. He sits down with his feet sticking out of the hole. We can't see his face, only his legs and feet sticking out. He says, "I've been sleeping just like this." Me and my friend laugh because it looks funny and not very comfortable at all. Not paranormal but definitely creepy, so maybe it fits. Me. Autistic 12-year-old who spends all my time online and has no sense of boundaries. Find website that indexes security cameras, might have been shown but I don't think it was, something similar though. Find out most people don't change the default password to their security camera systems, and that if you find out model of camera and a default password you're basically in. Spend day trawling through security feeds. All boring, no nudie pics. Come back a week later. Decide to try again just in case I find something interesting this time. Enclosed garage or shed or some other outdoor structure, concrete floor, power tools on wall, leaf blower and background. Chair. Guy climbing onto chair. WTF. Guy kicks chair out from under him. Legs flail. Body lifts and drops several times like he's trying to lift his body weight up but can't. Don't know how long it goes on for. Pisses himself at some point. Close tab. Learn valuable lesson about personal privacy and sticking my dumb shit nose where it doesn't belong. Anyone else hear a massive amount of voices in their dreams? Be me. Dreaming. In the dream I'm in my room. Parents open my door. They tell me to make sure nothing happens during the night. Weird, but I agree to make sure nothing happens. All the room's lights are off except for lamps. 5 minutes after they go to sleep I start hearing voices having conversations all around me. I get goosebumps because it sounds like at least 100 people talking. I head to my parents' room and they are laying there unresponsive. I decide to head to the front door to make sure it's locked. The voices continue until I make it to the front door and grab the doorknob. The voices suddenly stop and then I hear a singular voice say I'm coming in. I wake up screaming to the point my vocal cords feel like tearing. My mom was in my room saying she heard something fall, and when she opened my door I was violently shaking and bleeding from my mouth and nose. I went to the doctor the next day and they said I was fine and that they didn't see anything wrong with me, but now when I can only sleep 2 hours a night and keep waking up with sleep paralysis or seeing figures. I'm not going insane, am I? I've told this story before a while back, but I'll tell it again. Be me. Meeting up with friends at night, year is late O's. Driving at night. Decide to turn the radio to a pop station for whatever reason. Hear a song that's catchy, it's a Rihanna song that I haven't heard before. In for her a gigafaggot. Whatever, think nothing of the song. Get into a conversation with friend who knows techno music, say that I heard a catchy Rihanna song in the car and tell the lyrics. Friend says that the song doesn't exist. Whatever, forget about it for the longest time. Fast forward about 8 years and I hear the song again for the first time since late O's. Turns out the song released in 2016. It's an original song, not a cover. Somehow heard a song from 8 years in the future on the car radio. WTF.png. The song was This Is What You Came For, which was written by Taylor Swift under a pseudonym for Rihanna.